side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our lives. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my life. When I wake up, I feel empty down beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This broken ticket hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. Sending messages I can't ignore. I'm contemplating coming close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you know. This isolation got me feeling like you're when I wake up, I feel everything. My whole life is such just to find you. Hasn't got the right to Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Hamburger Podcast. You little bitches. I'll tell you right now, hold on one second. I'm going to tag people. I'm going to do all this. It doesn't matter. Facebook is blocking the shit out of me. They're taking away likes. They're taking away views. Everyone sees it. They're making my videos skip, repeat. All this crap they're doing. It's cool if it's that necessary. Like, I dig that I'm that important to make sure I don't get out. I think it's insane because I'm just a middle view. I'm literally a little of the middle is exactly what I've always been. I talk about things in the middle. I mean, it's a simple fact. Thank you, Ryan Talmo. Let me just do this real quick, okay? Real quick, okay? Alrighty. Yeah, so I'm going to tag everyone. Again, just want to repeat myself. If you don't want to be tagged, gosh, I totally understand. Just remove yourself from my Facebook. Remove yourself from my Facebook, like Basic Bitch Beth should have. Basic Bitch Beth, instead of opening her mouth, should have just removed me from her Facebook. I didn't add her, but I don't care. Either way, just remove me. You don't want to be on this ad. You don't want to be tagged. You don't want to hear my bullshit. I don't blame you. I don't care. Somebody wrote today, they were talking about how they don't care what people think. Like, you know, basically someone was putting them down for being too happy or this and that, or being too this, which is funny because the same person shits on me because I like to deal with my life my way. Like, I like to live my most righteous life. For me, my best life is my most righteous life. And so I want to live my most righteous life. My most righteous life is being honest. And that said, hold on, let me just check my post privacy because they mess with that sometimes. Unbelievable, but they do. You know, anyway, my best life, living my best life is living my most righteous life. Sometimes it's calling people out. Sometimes it's speaking against what I don't agree with. That's the best life I want to live. You know, this person would tell me like, oh, you're not going to get, you're so talented. You're not going to, I don't care. I don't care anymore. And I realized that I never cared. When I didn't care, I had my best life. When I started listening to anybody else is when my life got complicated. I'm going back to listening to me and having my best life and being who I want to be. So, and again, not dealing with the basic bitch Beths of the world. Now, I do want to talk about this. Let's be honest, guys. This motherfucker's got to go away. He has got to go away. Watch this. I'll show you something funny. Who is Gavin Newsom's mother and father? So, now I'll tell you this. Sorry. Sorry. So Gavin Newsom's father was a sorry, American appeals court judge, administrator of the Getty Family Trust, and the father of former San Francisco mayor and piece of shit Gavin Newsom. Yeah, he died a couple of years ago, 2 years ago or so. Here's the thing. Let me explain this to you, okay? So Gavin Newsom was talking about he gets it. He's owned a few restaurants. You know, before my political career, why am I doing Trump with them? Guys, yeah, I know, I get it. I'm Gavin Newsom. I'm a Californian all the way with you guys. Okay, I'm right there with you, and I'm just telling you. I've been there. I owned restaurants. I mean, my dad bought them for me, his money, everything else, his power. It's not the point. I've been there with you guys, not to where I was ever hungry or threatened or worried or possibly going to be unemployed. But I totally understand the working man. I'm Gavin Newsom, and I'm a working man, which he's never been. He's grown up rich his whole life. And again, a lot of people will tell me, they'll say, hey, Berger, why do you have such a problem with people being born rich? And I always say, go fuck yourself, because I like saying that. And then I follow it up with, I don't have a problem with somebody being born rich. I have a problem with somebody being born rich, thinking they could ever experience the same things that people growing up poor experience. That's what I have a problem with. That's a huge problem. Too many people are like, oh, yeah, I get struggle. I started my own business and had to work all the time. No, you didn't. Your parents guaranteed the loan. Your parents gave you the loan. They gave you the business. It's bullshit. I'm gonna fart. Oh yeah, that was a scary one. That could have been a shit. I'm getting to that age where sometimes it's a shit, sometimes it's a fart. The point I'm making is, when you guys finally get sick of these politicians telling you how they get you. See, Gavin Newsom is like, I get you guys. I owned restaurants. No, you don't get any real working people. And I'm so sick of people telling me like, oh, it's not somebody's fault if they were born rich. Yeah, you know what? It's not somebody's fault if they were born poor either. So why should you get so many more advantages because of the vagina you came out of, because of the dick that planted the seed? Why should you get so many more opportunities in this country where it's supposed to be equal? Again, I get it. Once you get out in the world, once you become an adult, it should be, go for it. But how about a fair playing field till then? How about equal education? See, do you understand it's not too expensive to put 6 cops at a school, making sure nothing goes on with full body cams so everything's videotaped and there's nothing to be questioned? The schools stay safe, kids get to learn. That simple. Put cameras in the classroom. Not that hard. All these things could be solved, but they don't want to solve. They don't want equality. See, you want to give South Central schools the same opportunities as Beverly Hills schools. You put cameras in every classroom. You put police on campus. It won't cost anything more than all the other crap you're doing that does nothing. And then provide a situation where people can learn, where they get the same opportunity to learn, a quiet classroom, where they get the opportunity to learn. You see, provide those things, make parents become responsible for their children, accountable for how their children are acting during the day. Come pick the motherfuckers up if they can't act right. That's simple things. Schools aren't babysitting foundations. But we don't all have the same opportunities, Gavin Newsom. We don't. You know who doesn't get that? Basic bitch Beth. She doesn't get that. She doesn't get that at all. We don't all have the same born rights, born equalities. And that's what's wrong. In this country, everybody as a child growing up and everything should have the same opportunity to get good food, to get everything. Every public school across the board should offer the same exact shit. But they don't. I've been a teacher for so many years. I understand that Beverly Hills, that Agora, that certain areas, Diamond Bar, Baldwin Hills, these schools in these rich areas have better food, have better opportunities, and they shouldn't. It's not fair because it's public. You see, so until that changes, nothing's going to change. But so Gavin Newsom wants to tell us how he gets us. You don't get us. What do you mean 3 more months? This is bullshit. Do you people understand they're letting people out of jail every day And now they're finding reasons to let more people out of jail. Now, again, a lot of people are in jail for the wrong reason. I get all that. But you're going to let a bunch of people out of jail at a time that there is no jobs, the economy is fucked up, and thieving is readily available. You're going to let people out of jail at that time. Guys, if you don't understand that California, New York, places like that are going to be fucking destroyed, they're going to be animal kingdoms. It's going to be like Escape from New York, leaving Los Angeles. It's going to be like that, or whatever, losing Los Angeles, whatever the fuck it was called. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Just know that. It's going to be like that. That's what Gavin Newsom and Eric Garcetti are doing. See, how fucking stupid are you people? Do you realize that Eric Garcetti and Gavin Newsom were elected by a majority of minority votes? Meaning what they call minorities, but Latin people, black people, Asian people are the majority of who elected Garcetti and Newsom. And they're the biggest white pieces of shit ever. They make the Klan look pleasant. They're the worst. They're white devil to the core, and I hate that word, but they are. That's the real deal. But you guys elected them, and now you're trying to elect Biden. Shit, every black person apparently they act like every black person in America, which is bullshit. Not by a long shot, but they act like every black person in America is behind Biden, and that's insanity. That any black person could possibly now any woman. How can any woman or any black person possibly back Biden? Or do you not believe women? Or do you not believe Biden's mouth? He said, again, poor kids are just as smart as white kids. So this is who you guys keep electing. But then you hate Trump so much. He's so awful. But Trump's like, this thing's a fucking hoax. It's bullshit. Yeah, Trump says dumb ass shit. Yes, he said, hey, can we get a disinfectant for the body? What Trump meant was, can we get a medical thing that does the same shit that the disinfectant does, but for the human body, cleans it out. That's what Trump meant. He was making a point. He's fucking old and he's way disconnected, okay? Let's keep that real. But he's badass at running this country. And if you don't believe that Trump is cut core, hardcore, straight off, boom, black and white, bam, 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 and good at running this country, maybe you're not really paying attention to how hard the fucking scumbags of the world want to get rid of him. You do need to recognize that. Now, again, if you want somebody better, Burger 2020, write me in. I would be a better insanity. I would be the best insanity you guys could have. You know why? Because I have no isms. I don't believe anyone's different, period. I think there's assholes and there's not assholes. There's in the middle. There's a lot of gray areas and there's a lot of shit. But the fact is, we just need to have freedoms. So what I'm going to tell you guys is this, and I'm doing a fairly short show tonight. Just want to get my point across. I do want to read to you guys a poem. Someone said you shouldn't read this poem. It sounds bitchy and whiny. And I said, I don't care. I absolutely don't care. If you get it, then you get me. If you don't get it, then fuck you. If you're, or not even fuck you. If you don't get it, who cares? Then you don't get it. You don't get me. I don't care. If you're insulted by this poem or you think it means you, it probably does, I guess. I'm going to tell you it means 3 people. I won't say that. There you go. But if you think this poem means you or you're offended by it, you probably should be, I guess, because I don't think things like if someone says something shitty and I'm like, oh my God, I think they mean me. I would more question why I think they mean me. Like I'd be like, oh shit, do I act that way? Okay. So this is a silly poem and I'm going to do this for you and then I'm going to leave the show tonight. My friends are good people. I know this for fact. I follow every one of them under an alias named Mac. I see all their kindness. I hear their good deeds, the way they help one another with money, with weed. A few started a business, quite a success. I remember when we first discussed it at the bar, the Dirty Nest. Some I grew up with when my family was rich. I haven't seen them forever because we went broke and they bailed like a bitch. Some of my friends have returned my good deeds to so many other people, never to me. Don't get me wrong, some tried to come through in appreciation for the things I would do, for the things I would set right in their lap. They repaid me with leftover, meaningless crap. As a comedian, I've mentored a few. Most went on to have their own crew. Some went on to do quite well. They're calling me back, which I believe will happen after the freezing over of hell. When I think of the people I helped in a pinch, yet when I ask for something, now they're a motherfucking Grinch. When I was on the bus, which I used to go near, I used to go far, I was able to see the post where you so wonderfully gave away your extra car. I am sure I am part of another sad poem. I am sure I am just another selfish dick who made someone else feel alone. However, I don't give a fuck about them. They don't have a show or a crew. They have nothing to give me. What can they do? So now, can I join your crew? I think I'm proven. I'm an asshole just like you. Love you guys. Love every one of you, except those three. Except those fucking three that poem was about. Everyone else.